This neighborhood that we spent last night in, that we had dinner in, that we're walking through now, is called El Raval. This was traditionally Barcelona's Chinatown, and I can't really find out a lot of information about why it's no longer Chinatown, other than there's been a lot of gentrification happening over the last 10 to 15 years. And you can kind of tell with the restaurant we ate at last night that there's definitely like a hipster crowd that's moved in. So apparently before the gentrification there was a lot of crime and prostitution and stuff like that. So I guess one good thing about the gentrification is supposedly there's less crime here, but it seems like an interesting neighborhood with an interesting history. So we're walking through El Raval now. We're gonna pass by La Rambla, which is one of the famous areas in Barcelona known for shopping. It's a tree-lined shopping district, popular with both tourists and locals of Barcelona. So we're gonna pass through there, check out La Rambla, and then we've got a big day of architecture, museums, great food, and awesome sights to check out. Definitely an international city here. I've heard several different languages, lots of French, English, German, and actually in this part of Spain they speak two languages. They speak Spanish and Catalan, which is another similar to Spanish, but I've heard it's closer to Italian, another Romance language. I'm surprised by the amount of people that actually speak English in the stores that we've been in, the restaurant we were at last night, so you could tell they get a lot of tourism. Now we're gonna head out and get some food at a market on the Rambla called Mercado de la Boqueria. It's supposed to have a lot of different food stalls and stuff like that, so we're gonna go check that out now. So the history of this market dates back to the 1200s, but it wasn't until the 1800s that it was officially recognized as a legal establishment. So you're looking at 800 years this market has been in this location. All the good spots seem to be crowded, but so we're just grabbing random stuff, grabbing some nuts and some olives. So right next to the market is this modern art museum. It's free entrance, so we came in here just to use the bathroom, but found out that it's free. The air conditioning feels really nice, so we're gonna walk around, check out some of the exhibits. We opted for the traditional Spanish breakfast of olives and raisins and nuts. No, we just started buying random stuff, some juices and some other stuff we wanted to try. Didn't feel like sitting down. All the restaurants with sit-down spots were really busy, so. So now we're going to check out the Palau Guell, which is a famous building designed by the famous Spanish architect Antoni Gaudi. It's one of the top 10 famous architecture sites in Barcelona, so we're going to go check that out now. interesting. Learned that Gaudi was a friend of Guell, and he kind of gave him his start early on in his career. He said, oh, you want to do architecture? Here's a bunch of money. Design me an awesome house. It's good to have rich friends, I guess. If I wanted to get into architecture, I too would look for a rich friend and say, hey, give me a bunch of money. I'll design you. I'll put a bunch of fancy stained glass and marble and all sorts of crazy shit. And now we're headed back to La Rambla. We're gonna cross the Rambla and head to the Picasso Museum. So I'm a huge Picasso fan, love Picasso. A lot of people that don't know much about art. I mean, I wouldn't say I know a lot about art, but I do know what I like, and I do like Picasso. Some people say like, my 4-year-old could do something like that. And my feelings are aesthetics. If your 4-year-old could do something that looks like a Picasso, I would hang that on my wall, you know? But Picasso is famous for saying, you know, you have to learn the rules before you can break them. It's great to break the rules, but if you don't know what rules to break, your stuff won't turn out as great as Picasso's. So we made it to the Picasso Museum. They close at 7, but they stop selling tickets as soon as it hits 6. So we got here at 6:05. So unfortunately we can't go to the Picasso Museum today. We're gonna try and come back tomorrow. So this is cool. It's ruins from the neighborhood Born in Barcelona, dating back to the 1800s. They've made it accessible for public viewing, and the best part about it is it's free. So today was an awesome day. First full day in Barcelona. Plenty more to show you tomorrow. Hopefully we make it to the Picasso Museum. It's one of the big things I wanted to check out. Stay tuned for the next video. Get out there, find your adventure, and as always, be infamous.
Infamous.